Tiffany Morgan.
Well, hello there, my little sweepies, my little love muffins from all around the big blue world. This is your hostess, Miss Tiffany Morgan, calling to you live from Kingston, Ontario, Canada, the home of limestone and the home to me, Miss Tiffany Morgan. That's right, sweepies. Oh my goodness sakes, I have no idea where I was for a moment there. I was just getting lost in the ethers of the social medias. I was just trying to schedule some posts and stuff like that. There's lots of events going on, sweepies. Lots of things happening in and around town here. As my phone is just reminding me, they're like, "Oh, look at that! You're live now." Oh, yes, yes, I know I'm live. I broadcast this live from Sweet Pea Studios, aka my living room, uh, every Wednesday at noon. You get to listen to this on CFRC 101.9 FM. Live on CFRC. Well, it's, pre-recorded live. I don't do a whole lot of editing. It's pretty much all just a diatribe. You get to listen to that on the radios at 11 o'clock on Thursdays. And you can also listen to this as my podcast on Spotify and Apple podcasts and stuff. Yeah, sweepies, yes. So who is Miss Tiffany Morgan? Well, she's a drag queen gardener extraordinaire here in Kingston, Ontario. I've been doing drag for quite some time now. And, I think it's been 22 years or something like that. People keep calling me iconic. I don't see myself as iconic. I just see myself as just trying to keep my head above water. My head above water. That's all I'm trying to do, sweepies. Yeah. Especially during Pride Month. The June is Pride Month, if you don't know. Drag queens, we tend to do stuff during Pride Month, and that's definitely the case for me. I have booked way too much stuff, and this last weekend, it was supposed to be 4 shows in 4 days. We actually, I kind of did a half show, I suppose, on the Friday. I didn't do the drag numbers on Friday. I just did the DJing, and thank goodness, I can't imagine if I did drag and DJ'd at Adriana, Canada's Drag Race Season 2's show, on last Friday. It was just, I was running around like a mad woman. I was all over the place. I was like, oh, gotta get over here. I was trying to sell my wares at the vendors' tables too, because I do have a few little Pride items. I'll talk about that in a moment. But if you want to go to pride.tiffany.com, hopefully I'll be sold out by the end of the weekend. Here's crossing fingers. I will be sold out. But I was trying to do. I think I was overdoing it, sweet peas. I think I was definitely overdoing it. There was a Thursday show at Daft Brewing, a Friday night show, a Saturday show. Was there a Wednesday show? I don't know now. There was a Sunday show, and that was Tiffany's Secret Tea Party. And I want to focus on that because that I had a lot of, I guess, emotional investment. Is that the term I'm looking for? I had a lot of personal investment in it, where I was like, okay, this could be Tiffany's breakout role. Because I may have talked about in other programs that, I've had this like turn of a leaf. Sorry to use gardening references. I know it's cliche, but I had a turn of leaf sort of thing where suddenly there was an aha moment. There is a drag queen gardener, hashtag drag queen gardener, over in the UK, Miss Daisy. Love her to bits. Loved her. She's only been doing drag for a year, and she's amazing. She married two of her loves together, her love of gardening and her love of drag, and she merged them together. And I was like, it just blew my mind. It just because here I am, sometimes you get stuck in your ways. Sometimes you get stuck in your ways. And I was like, oh, like you're either a drag queen or you're this or you're this. Well, no, you can have multiple hats and then you can merge the ideas together. And I'm like, I'm going to be the first, not just the first podcasting drag queen in Canada, not just the first, the longest reigning drag queen in Kingston. I am going to be Canada's, if not North America's, first gardening drag queen. I, I, I am going to open doors for all those drag queens out there. You can do gardening too. But no, it's like anyway. So that's what I want to kind of pursue that sort of thing. Who knows? Is this a midlife crisis, sweet peas? Is this a midlife crisis? I'm only 42. Is that midlife now? But yeah, yeah. So the Secret Garden Inn asked me to host their high tea and do kind of like a gardenish party because they have this lovely outdoor patio and they have these amazing gardens. Oh my gosh, the water feature is to die for. It's to die for, sweet peas. I just enjoy it so much. And so yeah, I try to host high tea. I try to, get some people. I may have only enticed maybe two tables, two brand new tables to high tea. Yeah. So on that front, because there were like, it was between 1 and 4. You could have done a 1 o'clock, a 2 o'clock, whatever, and done some high tea, and yeah, there were like, I don't know, 10 tables. I only brought out two. Uh, it was a little bit of a um in my mind it was a bit of a failure. I wanted to bring out a lot more to that, but it was still a very rewarding experience because I got to experience I tried to entice people to walk through the garden and we talked gardening and stuff like that too. And I've learned a lot from this. Like on RuPaul's Drag Race All Stars, this last episode, there was the speech by Evie Oddly about how failure builds up to success, and this is how I'm totally taking this last Tiffany's Secret tea party. That's how I'm so taking it. I'm like, okay, this is a little bit of a failure, but we're going to learn from it. We're going to make it so much better in the future, and hopefully, yeah, sweet peas. Hopefully, if we do that again, I hope we do. Yeah, more people will come out. More people will come out. So yeah. Anyway, sweet peas. Yeah, yeah, yeah. There's emotions going on. It's hard for me sometimes to vocalize them. I'm like it's kind of like I'm really grateful, and then the kind of like I'm a little sad that it didn't go off as well as I wanted it to, but still I'm really glad for the experience. And speaking about experiences, there are lots of opportunities to experience a lot of Kingston this coming up, very much coming up. So let's go through some of them. So I'm actually going to jump. I'm going to jump to Skeleton Park Arts Fest because Skeleton Park Arts Fest is doing some really amazing things with Kingston Pride. But it is in my neighborhood. It's just around the corner. And I want to quickly mention some of the stuff. I'm sure there's a lot of advertising. You probably heard a lot of it on CFRC 101.9 FM. But I want to mention a few little things here. So, speaking of which, so I'm filming this on Wednesday. You'll listen to this on the Thursday. And hopefully we're not in some tornado cyclone sort of thing because they are talking about some crazy, crazy weather happening on Thursday, but hopefully not. But yeah, Skeleton Park Arts Fest is happening this weekend. Things are happening on the Thursday. There's a movement market, Grounded 2.0. If that is at a rate, that'll be at Skeleton Park, aka McBurney Park. If things, get rainy, it's at 89 Coburn Street. Then there's live painting and dance on the Friday night. Most things are on the Saturday and the Sunday. So starting off on the Saturday, and yeah, because Skeleton Park and Kingston Pride, the things are going to be very kind of like you're like, where does one thing begin and where does one thing end? Which, as like just someone walking on this, that's going to be great. You're like, who cares? Just enjoy it. Just experience it and enjoy it. So from 10 to 5 p.m. In Skeleton Park, there's going to be the stages. There's going to be face painting. There's going to be community booths. There's, oh my gosh, there's so many things going on. Go to skeletonparkartsfest.ca, skeletonparkartsfest.ca. So that's like all happening on this. There's all these things. Oh my gosh. Oh, because it's mentioning all the people going on to the main stage. There's also some side stages too, scattered throughout the park. I'm like, wow. Food vendors and all that kind of stuff. The one thing I want to, because I mentioned there's going to be this interconnectivity. So Skeleton Park Arts Fest is happening at Skeleton Park, McBurney Park. Um, Also on Saturday, June 18th, is Kingston Pride. And the Pride Parade will muster and stage at Skeleton Park. Yeah. And then it will go down Clergy Street. It'll go down Clergy Street, then turn left onto Princess Street, and then go all the way down to Ontario Street, and then take a right onto Ontario Street, and then end in front of City Hall. So if you're driving around on the Saturday, just know that there's going to be some parades. The parade starts at 11 o'clock. Go to kingstonpride.ca. That's kingstonpride.ca for details there, and check their Pride Guide. There's a map in their Pride Guide for how to where it's going and all that kind of stuff. So yeah, so I would, if you are just an individual, if you're like, oh, I want to watch the, I get up early. I get up early, go to Skeleton Park Arts Fest, have some fun there, grab a hot dog on the way. For 11, go, march at the back of the parade if you're in an individual sort of thing, because in the parade it's only those who have registered, but hey, like at the end of the parade, people can walk. And then get down to Confederation Basin, because that's where there's going to be more activities happening down there. There's going to be an open stage. I believe there's going to be some drag shows at the open stage. There's going to be a vendor's market. I'm going to have a booth there, sweet peas. If I haven't sold out of my stuff, I will be selling stuff there. Jazz Morgan, my drag mama, she will be selling her candles and candle holders, handmade bespoke things, on the Saturday as well. So, vendors market, I believe, is from 10 till like 3 or 4 at Confederation Basin. Skeleton Park Arts Fest. Yeah, there's a lot to do, sweet peas. A lot to do. And I'm really looking forward to that. Speaking about, Pride. What's going on? So, movies in the square. As long as it's not, we don't get the cyclones, tornadoes, whatever it is, because they're talking like it may be crazy rain and stuff on Thursday. But there will also be movies in the square. Will be starting up movies in the square, and they're going to be playing Rocket Man. That's Rocket Man. That's the biopic of Sir Elton John. 8 p.m. ish start time in Springer Market Square. Bring a chair, bring some sort of maybe a blanket or something so that you can get comfortable and enjoy that. In the Pride Guide, there is an under dance party on Friday the 17th. That is not actually happening. That is not happening. There will be an underwear party on the Saturday at the Renaissance 285 Queen Street. That's a 19 plus event. On the Saturday, oh yeah, here we are. Community Fair, 10 a.m. on the Saturday for Kingston Pride. Confederation Basin, the community fair begins. There's also some joint performances by SPAF, Skeleton Park Arts Fest, and Kingston Pride. So Ramesha Drums will be at 10 a.m. at Skeleton Park. And that's a sponsored event with Kingston Pride and Skeleton Park Arts Fest. Again, Pride Parade starts at 11. If you are scheduled to be in the parade, get there early before 11 because it starts at 11. Kingston Pride and Skeleton Park Arts Fest will also be presenting Joyful 6 p.m. at Skeleton Park. So once I'm done selling my wares, wait, no, I can't do that. I have to. I'll be out in the Queen because out on the Queen boat cruise will be starting at 7 p.m. and that is on a boat cruise. It's a ticketed event and it's sold out, so I don't know why I'm talking about it, but I'll be on it. Beers for Queers, 9 p.m. at Monty's at the Tiernanog. Actually, it's in Tiernanog, not at Monty's. Beers for Queers on at 9 p.m. And that's all happening on the Saturday. On Sunday, there's a Pride Hangover Brunch. I know there's still more tickets available for that. That starts at 11:30 a.m., not p.m. Ooh, look at that. There's a typo in the Pride Guide. It starts at 11:30 a.m. for brunch. That's going to be at the Wharf and Feather, right downtown, on the waterfront. Find out more information on dragshow.ca. I have a link for the Pride Hangover Brunch on there, and you can find more information on dragshow.ca for that. Yeah, and all drag shows sort of thing that are going on, any kind of drag events, go to dragshow.ca. Dragshow.ca, so that's my little website. I'm very proud of it, pleased with myself. Although today the website started acting up, I couldn't add new posts. I don't know what's going on with that. We're gonna have to get the Exorcist out. I'm like, why aren't you allowing me to post this? But I created an Instagram and a Facebook for dragshow.ca. So I'm at least able to get it on the socials. I'm at least able to get it out on the socials. So I'm happy about that. And yeah, there's and then the June 23rd, there's Movies in the Square, sponsored again by Kingston Pride and also Downtown Kingston Business Association, and they're going to be playing Mean Girls at 8 p.m. on Thursday, June the 23rd. There's also going to be I just got the adverts for it literally moments ago, and Stone City Ale will be having a drag show on Wednesday, June 22nd, featuring Rowena Way, Anya, Mimiosa, and Annihilation. That will be on the 22nd, $20 per person, and I believe it starts at 8 p.m. I believe it starts, but find out more information on, following dragshow.ca on Instagram or on Facebook or on dragshow.ca. That's right, sweet peas. Oh, goodness sakes. Yeah. Yeah. And also, yeah, find all the events for Kingston Pride on kingstonpride.ca. That's kingstonpride.ca. But, yeah, you know, I'm also really looking forward to doing a show out in the county, out in Prince Edward County at Adega Wine Bar on I believe it's the 25th. I just, oh, goodness sakes, I'm going to have to go on to dragshow.ca and remind myself of this. I believe it's a Saturday. Yeah, June 25th. Queers and Wines Night with Tyffanie Morgan. And that starts at 6:30 p.m. at Adega Wine Bar in Consacon. And that's in the heart of Prince Edward County. I'm looking forward to that. Yeah, it's going to be interesting because my little travel there, because I don't travel. I don't I don't drive. I never got a license. I pushed, when you were 16, I was fighting against the man, and I'm like, I'm not going to do car culture and all that I still don't like car culture. I still don't like that. I don't know why people have to own like 3 or 4 cars. I don't know why people have to own these monster truck things. Anyway, I'm like, I don't understand it. I don't. Anyway, so, but of course that comes with consequences. and meaning that I only get around when someone drives me around. So someone's going to be driving me to Consacon on June 25th, but they're also going to get me over to Carson's Garden Market. Carson Arthur and I are doing a tomato contest. May the biggest fruit win. We'll just put this up here. Oh, goodness sakes. He joined me for What's the Maple Tea? Rowena Way was away, and we did What's the Maple Tea, which is a fabulous podcast, live show that we also do where we talk about. Currently, we're talking about RuPaul's Drag Race All Star 7, and sometimes it's weird without Rowena because I forget a lot, and I realized I forgot a lot about the episode. So it was really hard for me to talk about an episode that I totally forgot about. But Carson is a stan. He loves RuPaul's Drag Race. But I'm probably going to be going to visit him before I get me to Adega on the 25th. So we'll see. I'm looking forward to meet my pal Carson in person. In person again. It's been a while. It's been a while. Yeah, sweet peas. Yeah. So you're listening to Breakfast with Tyffanie, which is just a diatribe, a little audio dialogue with me, Miss Tyffanie Morgan, drag queen gardener extraordinaire here in Kingston, Ontario, Canada, the home of limestone and the home to me, Miss Tyffanie Morgan. Oh, yes, that's right. So, yeah, there's lots happening this last week, a lot of in-person stuff. If you're not an in-person person, I'm sorry. I'm sorry, but there's a lot of in-person stuff. A couple points, a couple things I want to point out. One, I'm over 1,000 followers, yeah, on Instagram. Yay! I'm over 1,000 followers. Some people out there will be like, Tiffany, that just seems so, seems so déclassé. But no, I in my mind, I was like, I just had this goal. I don't know why. I was like, I want over 1,000. I want 1,000 followers by the end of June. Well, guess what, sweepies? After the first weekend, me being in Greater Napanee Pride, suddenly, boom, I was over 1,000 followers, and I was so. It was just like a personal achievement. It was just a personal achievement. I was like, yes, there we are, over 1,000 followers. I thought it opened some doors with Instagram, but apparently not. I don't know why. But also coming up before now, and my next podcast, before my next broadcast on CFRC, there will also be National Indigenous Peoples Day on Tuesday, June the 21st. That's also the summer solstice for all my pagans out there and those who are like, they want all the sun that they can get. That's the summer solstice on Tuesday, June the 21st. Is National Indigenous Peoples Day on the 21st. And this is Indigenous History Month or Heritage Month. No, wait, what? Oh no, I've just forgotten. But it's a good time to challenge yourself to learn something about Indigenous history, and one of the things that I want to try to find, and I'm gonna just put this out there, sweepies, because please do maybe give me some ideas, because I want to learn more about some of the Indigenous cultural stories. I as a gardener. I think I've talked about this in other episodes, but the three sisters. So in gardening, you plant corn, pole beans, and a squash or a pumpkin together, and they are called the three sisters. Now there is a story. There is an indigenous story behind that. It's a gardening thing, but there is a story, and I don't really know that full story at all about the three sisters. I do know that you plant them. So the corn grows a big old stem up to the sky. The bean then wraps around the corn to hold itself, and the squash, which squash does, pumpkins do, they shade, they grow along the ground, and they shade out from weeds and stuff like that. So they're this lovely little sister. But there are a lot of these indigenous stories that I don't know about. Even my mother knows more indigenous stories than I do. So if you have any resources out there, maybe a YouTube video or something that you can send to me, please do so. Please do so. You can find me on my social medias. Tyffanie Morgan. That's Tyffanie. It's Tyffanie Morgan on Instagram, Tyffanie Morgan on Facebook. Yeah, feel free to send me those because I want to learn more of those stories. The Three Sisters. I am so surprised. Sorry, I got a live comment. Throwing shade as a positive. Neat. Exactly. Shade out those weeds. Throwing shade as a positive. It is. It is. Those pumpkins and those squashes do that. But it's funny that I learned about the Three Sisters from British gardening. I didn't hear about it locally. I was like, how do the Britons already know about the Three Sisters before I even heard about them? So yeah, um, yeah. There we go, sweet peas. There we go. But we're getting pretty close to the end of the program here. I want to do some. Well, guess what? I'm going to do some shout out to myself. So I have some pride items. I got some flags. I got the Pride Progress flags. I got the trans flags. I have silicone bracelets. I have little flags. I have dog collars, dog leashes. Everything, sweet peas, is now 40% off on my online store. Plus, will be 40% off at my pop-up store that I'm going to be doing in my driveway. So go to my social medias. I has all the details there. I'm going to do a Pride pop-up store in my driveway starting at 10 a.m. on Friday, June the 17th. And I'm going to just try to sell. And if I don't sell everything, I'll be at Confederation Basin for my sales there too. So go to my social medias. I have events for that. Or if you want to buy before I sell out and pick up on Friday, you can go to pride.tiffany.com. That's pride.tiffany.com. Lists all the Pride items that we have available for sale there. Go to dragshow.ca, your source for drag shows in and around Kingston. Like I said, you should really check out What's the Maple Tea. I just uploaded the Carson Arthur and myself episode of that. It's fun knowing that Carson Arthur, HGTV personality, gardening guru, and he's a big RuPaul's Drag Race stan. So it's nice to have a conversation with us like a super fan. He's basically a super fan. Go to Tyffanie.com for more. You can go to Tyffanie.com just to go to Tyffanie.com. But my podcast is there. You can find all my links to my socials and stuff. That's TYFFANIE.com. And as well, I always go to outin.ca. Like any kind of queer event going on, even if it's not a drag show, you can find on outin.ca. But sweet peas, I gotta go. So I give you my love. Mwah. You stay safe now.